Right.
Like, I know we're streaming.
Yeah, we're
Are you
already
being
streaming.
recorded?
No. I got Linzi, don't you live down south? How on earth are you going to transport it to you if I don't charge 100 quid? I mean, I'm South Yorkshire. I'm not exactly south. You know, the divide starts from Chesterfield upwards. I mean, come on. Are you destroying things there, Lilith?
No. I don't know what you mean. I don't destroy.
I've even run out of my drink. I'm gonna have to go get another one.
Oops. But don't leave me, I'm not that entertaining.
Yes, you are! Don't lie, yes, you are!
We'll see.
Mm.
Still sounds to me. Yeah, no, fuck off, Lindsay, honestly. I'm really not that entertaining on my own. Honestly. Like, I'll sit there and be like, what do I do?
Help me, please. Please, help me.
Help me, please.
Help me, please.
Honestly.
Oh dear.
But I tell you what, though, I've done 14,500 steps today, so...
Where have you been? So have you just been in the town? Christmas shopping?
Yeah, well, obviously, like, I walked into the town, like, where I am.
Yeah.
And I met my friend Lucy.
Oh,
We
yeah.
went into a couple shops. And then we went into Huddersfield, where we did a lot of walking around.
As you do, yeah.
And then we caught the train to Sheffield. Well, Sheffield, Meadow Hall. So we spent the day at Meadow. Well, we spent a couple hours at Meadow Hall. We spent way longer there than we thought.
Was it? How bad was it? Because I'm not
Oh,
thinking crowded.
bad. It really wasn't that busy.
Well, no, when I was coming home, there seemed to be like a round circle of where there was just traffic.
Yeah. Your camera's gone really funny.
What, you mean like blurred?
Yeah.
Hold on a minute.
Again, more technical difficulties, honestly.
I mean, at least it'll blur out my imperfections. Am I right?
Well, it blurs out your entire existence if it's just going to be imperfections.
If I get this, you have to exist.
Just, but if it's like blur out the imperfections, let's just delete your existence.
I mean, I actually quite like my existence.
I don't.
I'm
kidding. Breathe. Turn your camera off and on again, see if that works.
Have you tried turning it off and on again? Yeah, that's fine.
It's always the way. So have you turned it on and off? Hey!
That's better, there we go.
Although I don't even know if the stream picked it up, honestly, because it just
No, it
keeps
didn't.
buffering.
No, I was looking at that, I was like, what you do?
Oh, well, I don't give a fuck. Anyway, this week's Astrology Week Part 2.
Right, so I've already posted this book in the Discord. Okay. Lilith. Slip up top already.
Thanks.
Sorry. Would you like to post your book and who it's by in the thing, please, too?
I will tell it to the audience at the moment. So it is just called Astrology Made Easy by Yasmin Boland. She's got a couple other books like
I was going to say I've heard that name.
Chakras Made Easy, Crystals Made Easy. It's if you're a bit of a noob like me that really doesn't understand a lot, this is incredible. Like, this has helped so much, and I will refer to this quite a lot because I'm very forgetful.
Mm-hmm.
So I still don't really get how a birth chart works, but I always just jump back to this.
Right, yeah.
And figure it out. Like, I always figure it out from there.
Yeah.
Like, it'll tell you what the ascending means, your rising sign, what the moon means, the sun, what each house is as well. And it's got like a little workbook in there to put down your own, so you remember it. But I don't like to ruin my book, so I just forget.
Yeah.
And I'll go through the effort of doing it all again.
100%.
But it's really good. It's got some really good, like, simple, like, explanations for noobs like me, who don't understand complicated jargon and long paragraphs. Also, it's really great for people with short attention spans, because honestly,
yeah,
this has been a godsend for me. To getting into astrology, this has been it.
I was going to say, I was recommended that book quite a few times, and especially you see it around on TikTok and all that sort of thing. So 100%.
It's just so good.
Yeah.
Like, it is the basics, and it's said in a basic way that's so easy to understand of everybody of all, like, levels of, like, understanding. It's just so helpful.
Yeah. Whereas mine, it doesn't really put together your birth chart. It goes more into basically the history. It starts off with the history of astrology, what kind of placements there are, what kind of astrology charts that you can bring up. So obviously we've got the natal, which is technically the birth chart, predictive, counselling, karmic, business even, and then it goes into all of the zodiacs. It goes into the elements, the planets, descendants, all that sort of things, charts, how-to charts. So this is a lot more in-depth, and it does contain that extra jargon. So I honestly think if you start off with the book that you've got first, I think this definitely does.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, no problem at all. Again, like, I'm just going to go over really quickly of, like, the index, like, the contents page.
Yeah.
Obviously, we've got, like, the preface and the about the book and everything. But this book, even though it's very small, is actually in 2 parts.
Right.
Which is so helpful. So the first part is the basics, like, pure basics. Like, what is astrology? So we've got the origins, zodiacs, how the astrology works, branches of astrology, birth chart or horoscopes as well, which is really useful because I know a lot of people do get them like confused. Your birth chart hyphen the map to your life is chapter 2. So for the first part, what is there? There's like 7 or 8 chapters. So chapter 2 is like getting to know your birth chart, how to read it, how to identify things, your houses, what signs are in those houses, how to figure out your rising sign, etc., etc. Chapter 3 is now understanding the zodiac signs. So that's down to the elements, the qualities, like are they cardinal, fixed, mutable?
Yeah.
We did cover. We sort of scratched the surface.
Very. Yeah.
Last week.
Yeah.
On that, but this week we are really diving into it, I guess. Chapter 4, getting to know your planets. Chapter 5, exploring the zodiac signs, meaning ruling planets, the meaning of the signs. Chapter 6 is the angles. Now this one is where I tend to get a little bit stuck.
Okay.
So it's like your ascendant, the signs on the ascendant, descendant, the MC or like career line, and the home line or the IC, and sort of how that works, everything like that. Chapter 7 really helps me. This is what I always go back to. It's what the houses are. So houses from 1 to 12, and what each one represents, basically.
Yeah.
So
honestly,
there's all of that. And then there's part 2, which goes a little bit deeper, so.
Honestly, I don't know if this actually goes. I'm sure it does, but I've not actually found the page yet that talks about the different sections in the chart. I can't find it in this one. But then again, I've not actually read through it completely.
Yeah. See, with this one, in part. Actually, I lied. There's 3 parts of this book.
Oh.
Small but mighty, this one.
Well, why do you
honestly,
lie to me? How could you lie to me like this?
I know. Well, you know what? I always lie to you, don't I, Linz?
Yeah, you do. 100%. 100% you lie to me. Every time. You just break my heart.
Every time. Well, what do you think? What do you expect from a Sagittarius?
I mean... Oh, 293.
Party season! Woo! It's my season! And tomorrow is my birthday month.
Birthday month, peeps.
Birthday
months.
Birthday month.
Oh, birth charts. Oh, so it does have, but it's one page. There's one page of birth charts. 293. If for whatever reason you cannot find these books, either of these books, there is a website that you can use. It's very helpful, very in depth. 100%. And that is called Cafe Astrology, isn't it?
Absolutely. I'd be using that to get my birth chart.
100%.
I don't think there's a single person that goes on to, like, who does astrology, like, who's into astrology, that doesn't use Astrology CAF.
Yeah, 100%.
To get their birth chart.
Yeah. So, on Google, you can type in Cafe Astrology and then type in birth chart. All you need, your birthday. You can even put in an initial in there if you're he, she, they. Where you were born. And if you know the time you were born, even better.
The time really does tell you your rising sign.
Yeah, that's all it really says. It talks about your ascendant or your rising sign. You don't necessarily need it, but it does give you a really good in-depth. It's just that little piece that just fits together, honestly.
It helps out massively to sort of reading your chart and figuring out who you are.
Yep.
Or just if you're just curious about reading about yourself.
Yep.
Really good insight, honestly.
Oh, thank you. We got £2.22. Thank you.
Oh my god, thank you.
That was. Woo!
2000, of course. I've been seeing angel numbers everywhere.
100%. The 111
It's
just
been
keeps
insane.
haunting me all last week, this week. It's just been haunting me. Yeah, I even saw it. You know, on the this is gonna sound really weird. You know, on the smart energy meters,
Yeah,
where it says you spent so much today. £1.11 every single day.
I keep seeing 222 every time I look at the clock. 222.
That should be another thing we can touch on as well.
We'll talk about angel numbers, absolutely.
100%.
But we also need to remember that angel numbers do not always mean good things. They can also come as warnings. But we will be touching on that later.
Yes, 100%. This is a bit. Sorry.
I think we should jump into this.
Where do you want to start?
Oh, that is a good question. Right, so I think it's the best birth month. I can't believe you. I'm sorry. I hate Pisces. I'm sorry. Actually, someone on my Facebook posted, like, what sign would you sell for, like, $1.5 billion? And I commented, I will sell every Pisces I know.
I saw it pop up and I was too laughing and then it refreshed because, yeah, big thumbs.
Yeah.
I was like, oh gosh.
I know that we touched on the signs.
Yep.
More or less last week.
Yeah.
However, I think maybe we could keep going on the site, or like, I don't know actually, because we did really go into the signs.
I mean, we can go on like the
I think the birth chart would be a good starting point.
Or the planets.
Yes. Do you know what? Let's do that. Let's go on each zodiac and look at each one in depth about the planets, the elements, traits. Because I know we only went through it briefly, but we did like a whole 2 hours on it, but it was more of astrology as a whole. If you want to.
Can do. I'm just trying to...
As you can tell, we really don't plan this. We do not plan this.
This is legit.
We're just like, right, this is what we're doing this week, and you can see everything unfold in front of us.
Yep. This is why, so we just picked like a little topic. We can go off on a tangent. We don't even have to cover the whole topic. If people ask questions in the chat, we'll answer it. Like,
absolutely.
If there's something else you want to know more, feel free to ask. Honestly, 100%.
Do you know what I feel like we should do?
What?
We should, obviously we're on the astrology part, but I think we should sort of get the basics down to the birth chart before going in detail about that and the signs, etc., etc. As in, what is your sun sign, your moon sign, your rising sign? What do they each mean? What do the houses mean? I think that's a good place to set a middle ground to be like, right, because a lot of people are already into astrology.
Yeah,
we can always dive a little bit deeper if we feel necessary.
Yeah.
But I think talking about the houses, because we did the zodiac signs last week.
Yeah, we did the 12.
I think touching on the actual birth chart will be a massive help.
Yeah, 100%. Because all you get, if you do go onto the Cafe Astrologer and natal chart, birth chart, and you do go on it, you're just going to get a nice breakdown. But you'll be presented with this wheel, and you'll be like, what the fuck does that mean?
And this wheel will look like...
I've already got mine up, to be fair, so...
Will look a bit like that. And it's still very confusing to me.
So I'm gonna pop this up off the stream. Where are we? There we are. This is. I don't mind sharing this either. This is my natal chart. There we are. Oh bugger! It's changed. There we go. And it just looks like a whole massive lined of jumbled mess. But when you start to understand it, it does get a bit more... Oh my god, okay. Just ignore that. But what Cafe Astrology does, not only does it give you that right at the very end, but in between all this, so it tells you a breakdown of everything, your aspects, and if you don't understand what any of these tables mean, it does give you a nice big breakdown of every single thing. And not everything will apply to you. It usually talks about most cases, other cases, this, that, and the other, and it does give you a really big, deep, in depth to who you are, your personality, that sort of thing. And a lot of people ask me, how can you believe in the zodiacs when obviously the stars change? And I'm like, because it takes into account that the stars change. That's why your birthday depends on the year as well. It does account for it. Yeah.
I would like to start on the birth chart in terms of there are some very basic things, and we should probably talk about the symbols first.
Yeah. You can do that.
Before we go into detail on houses. Yes. If you want to.
Yeah. So on symbols, is that like the minor aspects? No.
More like planet symbols and what it is on the chart.
Yes.
So when you actually have a chart, specifically like yours, you will have all the zodiac. It's really blurry. God's sake, I'm sorry. But you'll have around on the outside will be your zodiac symbols. On the second one on the outer corner, if you will, tends to be more of your house signs, like planets and other sort of symbols, which are listed just over here, which actually really helps. So you know which one your sun sign is, not your sun sign, but the planet, sun, moon, Venus, Mars, tells you what is where, which really helps if you know what symbol is what.
Yeah.
I'm
just getting mine up.
There's that. I think it's okay just to know your sun sign, because let's be honest, that is the base of you.
Yeah, it is the self. It's what you mostly project out in your entire life. It's the basis of you.
Literally is the basis of you and how people see you. Yeah. I guess.
Yeah.
It's what you project and how people see you from what you project.
Yeah.
So as a Sagittarius, a fire sign, I'm very loud, bit boisterous. I'm very confident. I will jump into a risk with absolutely no second thoughts.
Yeah.
And for some people, it's very careless, which actually, in retrospect, it is very careless. And my sign does say, very careless. We'll aim, we'll fire an arrow. As essentially, obviously, my symbol is the arrow. And the best way I can describe me is I will aim that arrow into the middle of nowhere and hope that it hits.
Yeah.
Like, I will have no goal. I'll be like, right, I'm just going to shoot the arrow and see what goes on. And to a lot of people, like the Capricorn, that's just really stupid. As Capricorn doesn't respond.
Sorry, I just heard the ting. We've got a new follower, Angel Pear. Thank you.
Yeah.
We have 5 views. Sorry. Anyways, yes.
That's true. If I see you, I'm on the other side. That's true. I will always aim for a Pisces. No, I'm joking. Well, so both my parents are Pisces. Honestly, I can live with them. It's just hard.
100%. Yeah. I mean, we were talking about the parental stuff, weren't we? Was it off?
We were.
We were talking about it off stream. Oh no, it was on stream, wasn't it?
Well, I don't know. Probably.
I can't remember.
So anyway, we'll touch on sun signs actually. Sun signs or your angles, I guess. So your sun signs where you project, just touch ground sort of thing. Yeah. Hi, Angel there. So your sun is what you project outwards and how people perceive you.
Yep.
Your moon is who you are behind closed doors, like when you're on your own, how your brain thinks. Like when you're on your own, like how you like your room. You have a pattern, I guess, or things that you like to do, whether it be like routines. If you're a little bit of a perfectionist, like there is a certain way of doing things that you like, and that reflects in your moon sign.
Yeah.
Your moon is your emotions, your logic, your brain, your thinking.
Yeah.
You.
I was just about to say that. So, like the sun can be termed as masculine, whereas the moon can be more feminine. That emotional side, that feelings, how you project your feelings, cycles, moods even. So I've already said this before, but moon comes. So Monday derives from the term moon day. That's why a lot of not Capricorns, a lot of Cancers are typically a little bit more emotional on Mondays, and that's why everybody hates Mondays.
Do you know what? I've got a really good way to remember what your sun sign, your moon sign mean.
Go on.
So obviously the moon is, in terms of what we've just said, so the moon is your emotional side, your thinking side. If you're maybe analytic, if you're logical, if you're not, if you're more of a risk taker, whatever your way of doing things in your head is, that's your moon sign. Now the way I remember that is the moon is all about emotion.
Yeah.
Literally the moon represents emotions, and the sun gives off light. It's what everybody sees.
That's a good way.
The sun is what everyone sees.
Yeah.
Therefore, that's it. Like,
yeah.
To some, the sun is really hot, and to others, it's really not.
Yeah.
It's what everyone sees with the sun, and the moon is all about your emotions.
Yeah, 100%.
Because that's what they literally represent. And your rising sign, also known as the adjacent.
Yeah.
Or obviously rising sign. That one is more how you deal in social situations, I guess. How you rise to the occasion.
So
I guess
it's explained in different sort of ways. Like in this book, it says keywords: self-awareness, individuality, appearance, adaptation, your reactions, boundaries, meeting the environment. So the rising sign is the sign that was on the horizon when you were born. That's why your time is taken into consideration, like your time of birth. So this is the face that the person presents to the world in order to protect his or hers or they inner sun sign self. As the first things others notice, an ascendant can effectively mask that true personality. So my rising sign is a Cancer. So I'm typically crybaby. I was a crybaby since being secondary school. I was termed as the crybaby. I still am. I still get very emotional. You know this.
I do.
All the time. I have that rounder face, that rounder body, the cute little face. Sorry. Cat's doing something.
My rising sign is a Gemini.
Mm-hmm.
And Geminis are often known to be very sociable.
Oh, yeah. It even says here, wants to communicate with the world.
Absolutely. So Geminis are very sociable creatures. A lot of people see them as two-faced, but they're not two-faced at all. It's just they see two sides of the same situation.
Yeah.
They can see the emotional side and the logical side, or they can see the good and the bad in the situation. It doesn't always mean they're two-faced.
Yes.
But let's be honest, they know your secrets.
They know.
That Gemini and Virgo, I feel like, are the worst. Are like the bottom of the list that you want to know your secrets.
Yeah.
Because Gemini will just find out and be like, oh, did you hear about this?
Yeah.
To be like sociable, be like,
I'm not supposed to tell you this, but did you hear it?
No, she's like, oh yeah, I was talking to Linzi the other day and I found out this about her. And then it's like, but a Virgo will be like, I'm keeping this information for when you piss me off.
For when you hurt me the most, and then I got your heart in the palm of my
hand.
hand.
Then I've got everything. And then they'll be like, in an argument, if you ever argue with a Virgo, regardless of what placement in the big three,
bitch better know.
Especially if it's in
Mercury.
Aries. In Mercury. If it's Mercury and they've got an Aries Mercury, or a Virgo Mercury, run, get away.
You see them Moors? You go.
But Virgos, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Mercury, I just think
you're ruthless.
If you've got a Virgo placement, you are
cold, calculating, ready to hurt.
You will hold it. You'll know this information. You'll hold it. You'll forget about it.
Yeah.
Until it's time to bring it back up. It's literally like a Pandora's box. I feel like Virgo are the Pandora's box. The whole
They write it down.
They got the receipts. But the thing is, they've got like photographic memory of this receipts, and they'll just keep it in the back of their minds. Yeah. And as soon as an argument strikes up, and they're like, right, give me a second.
On this day,
Tuesday 15th of February 2015 at 3:15 p.m. You told me.
Hi, Hannah.
Like, Virgos are dangerous. Hi, Hannah. It's like, Virgos are dangerous. Geminis are social, but they can keep a secret. But they're social.
Yeah. 100%.
But Virgos, oh my god, run. Just run. If you know a Virgo, like Sun, Moon, Rising, or Mercury, I think, honestly, you should just run. That's coming from a Virgo moon. Just run.
Just run.
There is no saving yourself from that sort of situation.
Mm-mm.
You don't even need to tell them your secrets. They'll figure it out.
I mean, they are the most amazing people to analyze stuff. Like, you can give things away and they'll pick it up straight away. Like,
absolutely. It's why I am so observant. It is down to my Virgo moon. I pick up on like so many people's mental like health issues before even knowing before you're having a conversation. I'm like, you've got anxiety. Well, how do you know that? Look at the body language.
You're picking your nails, hun.
You're picking your nails. You're like rubbing the inside of your thighs. So not only that, I know you've got an insecurity about your thighs. You've got general anxiety because you're worried about being around people. We're also in an introduction, so therefore I know your nerves about meeting new people.
Excuse me, are you roasting me?
Was I picking you out?
I think you were picking now. Probably.
Oh. Anyway.
You like to use me as an example, anyways.
The thing is, not many people can pick up on mine, and I feel a little bit sad about that. I wish people picked up on mine, but they just can't seem to do that. And I'm like, am I good at hiding it, or am I just flawless?
It's that mask. It's that mask. It's that ascendant, hun.
It's the ascendant.
It's the ascendant.
The two-faced bitch coming out, honestly.
Just cold.
Houses. What page do I need to be on?
So we talked about sun and moon.
Mercury, yes. So Mercury is the sign, or the house, sorry, of communication.
Mm-hmm. Travelling, knowledge, mind, logic.
I feel like Mercury, obviously being in communication, it's more how you communicate in different social situations, rather than just your style of communicating. You know? So I would like to say Mercury, let's say, we'll keep the example of, you've got an Aries. So your Mercury is in Aries, or your Aries is in Mercury.
Yeah.
And they're quite aggressive with their forms of communication.
Yeah.
They don't back down from a bit of conflict. They like to prove themselves.
Yeah, I mean, they have a strong will.
Yeah, I would say like they've
strong
got
belief in their own ideas. Very
like a passion in what they believe in, and therefore they will fight to that until like they can no longer withstand, like go on.
Mm-hmm.
But going, oh my god, I hate this page. Honestly, like moving on. But so house 1. So that does tend to be what your ascendant sign, your rising sign, the first house. Yeah, first house is your ascendant sign. Your rising sign. I'm pretty sure.
Hold on, let me get my chart up. Yes, it
Actually,
is. Yeah, it is your first house.
I'll get my chart up. Because I don't know my chart off by heart.
Oh, have I started something now?
Absolutely. Everyone get the best charts up.
Come on,
everyone, all the viewers, come on, get your charts up.
Thank you for the follow.
Thanks.
Oh, an avocado.
Oh, thanks. So, first house is your ascendant sign, typically.
Yeah.
Your first house means your appearance and the way you come across, or your social mass. So again, the way you go through different social situations. So this different to your sun sign. Sun sign is how people perceive you. Your rising is how you deal with such events.
Yeah.
And your moon is your emotions about things.
Yeah.
Which works. So house 2, so your second house, is all about not your fortune, but things like money and possessions, property, materialistic goods, items, sort of thing. Like valuable items, like things you value.
It's materialistic, isn't it?
Yeah, so your second house is more materialistic than anything. House number 3 is all about communication, siblings, neighbours, your mind, and transport.
Oh.
I think that's about right.
Yorkshire Pure Evil, do you want to share them chocolate chip cookies, please?
Ooh,
please.
Chocolate chip cookies.
Can you ship them down south?
To South Yorkshire.
Please. I beg.
Got my chart like up before, but like apparently not.
Oof.
This is gonna be a pain. Look, it's the fact that they've got, you can put your birthday until 2030. Like, I'm sorry, but no one's even expecting in 2030. That's, oh my god, that's 10 years from now. Yeah.
Let's not think about it.
Would be like, not me thinking like, oh, that's, you know, another like, what, 25, 30, maybe 40 years away. Nope, that's only 10 years away.
200 quid for delivery. This is the most expensive delivery I've ever heard of. Can we get?
How much is postage?
Can we get the 5-finger discount, please? Please, I beg.
I beg of you.
I beg.
Ooh, that one's right. Alright, here we go. We're getting my astrology chart. Because, why not? To help aid this. Because I think it would be fun to give ours, like, charts to sort of give some sort of an insight, I guess.
A little bit, yeah, I guess.
A little bit. To sort of help paint an idea, I guess.
I'm just trying to look for...
look, there it is.
I'm just trying to look for the houses because it told me that this is the page for houses and it's really not.
Anyway.
Anyways.
So get your chart up, Linz. We'll go through each house together.
You want to get my chart up?
Do your chart. Absolutely.
Right, that's my
And if you've
chart.
got get your chart up and then we can
follow along with us.
Follow along with us. So that would be really fun to do.
There we go. Make sure it's right in the middle of us because, yeah, we don't want... There we go.
£200 for delivery? £200? You know what? It may as well be £1,000. £1,000?
Let's not give him any ideas, alright?
Sorry.
It's okay, it's fine.
We like a horrible history fun. Anyway, so your first house is your ascendant. If you don't know that, it's not a problem.
Not a problem.
So my ascendant, my rising is Gemini, and Lindsay's is Cancer.
Yes. You're correct.
House number 2, which is more about your materialistic value, your wealth, I guess. Material wealth, I think that's a good word.
Yeah.
So, self-esteem, possessions, etc., etc. Lindsay, what's your second house?
Where is my second house? Hang on.
Oh my god.
Wait a minute.
Mine is a Cancer. My second house is actually Cancer.
Second house. Apparently I don't have a second house.
Take your time.
It says I don't have anything in second house. Oh, wait, that's my
Ooh.
aspects. Ignore me.
Alright, babes, it's right under your...
It's there. It's still in
zodiac.
Cancer.
It's still... Are you Cancer as well?
Yep. Still in Cancer.
Oh, we're both Cancer in the second house.
Yes, we are.
I don't really know how that... I guess that sort of means we have more of an attachment to material goods.
Yeah, I think so. I do believe so.
I believe that there is more sentimental value in things.
Yeah.
If you have a Cancer in second house. Just because Cancers are very emotional beings. If you get the general gist of each trait, so Cancer tend to be very emotional, very intuitive, and you know, and I can't say, more of an empath.
Yes.
So you tend to take things more sentimental, and you value these things a little bit more than if you weren't.
Yep.
You know, so that's that. So, as a Cancer, we are more attached to things for sentimental reasons.
Yeah.
Rather than material value.
Yes, 100%.
The third house is communications, neighbours, siblings, your mind. I don't really know how to go into your third house. Governs communications, siblings, and neighbours. Third house is the first and foremost about communications. It is how a person listens, talks, and thinks. It's to do with everyday life, like meeting up with your friends, talking to your family members.
Found it. Sorry.
Away.
Sorry, I found it. Third house, communication, siblings, short journeys, learning, neighbours, manner of speech. Embodies the beginning of self-expression. The sign and planets placed here either facilitate or restrict the flow, whereas the sign on the cusp indicates whether clear communication or confusion can be anticipated and how easily it will be learned. Linked to the rational left brain. And the third house also describes the concrete function of a person's intellectual process if there is a strong emphasis in this house chart, requiring new skills and being a motivating factor throughout life. Sorry. I finally found it. I was like, haha.
That's the third house. What sign is in your third house?
Leo.
Mine's a Leo! Maybe we are more similar than we thought.
What's your rising? Your rising is a Virgo, isn't it? No, your moon is Virgo. What's your Gemini?
Gemini.
Ah, are you a cusp? Are you just in Gemini? Here's a cat.
29 degree 40.
Ooh.
29, 40.
Right, you are a cusp. Right, okay.
I don't know degrees, so this is why we talk about degrees later.
It's every 30 degrees is a new house. Or a new sign.
So apparently I am on cusp.
So
I don't know what the cusp is on.
That's why we're Cancer the same. And Leo the same.
Fair enough.
So you're... Okay, yeah.
Is your 4th house then also Leo?
No, my 4th house is
Oh!
Virgo!
Is it?
Yeah, only just. Yeah.
So Virgo, so your 4th house rules your home life and your family.
Oh yeah, close environment.
This is the part of the chart that's all about home and family.
Oh, we got some more biscuit orders, ladies and gentlemen.
You what, mate?
Biscuit orders.
Or has he got a lot of orders to make?
Yeah. Sorry.
Well, that's good because I'm still waiting on mine, and it's been like 3 months. Is he going to be catching up on that anytime soon?
Probably not.
I'm hungry.
No, he does what he likes. I mean, if Yorkshire Pure Evil would kindly deliver them to you, I'm sure that we could make some fun
that
of
fucking price. Not for that price, no. £1,000. Anyway, back on topic.
Sorry, yes.
So the 4th house is about where you feel you belong and the people who feel like family to you. Yeah. The sign on the house goes along with a way to showing what kind of family life you had in the past, and have today, and what sort of home you want to create. If there are family upsets and rifts need to be healed, you can look at your 4th house for ideas where the problems come from and how to fix them. It's about the past and what you've stashed away. So yeah, it's more about your home life, what you want to create from your experiences. If you are. So my 4th house, 1, 2, 3. 4, yeah, my 4th house is a Leo. So yeah, which actually says a lot. Because Leos are really showy.
Yeah, and your style is very showy. Like, you know, when you show me
look
pictures.
at my home.
Oh my god, so fabulous. Honestly, like the pictures that you showed me, I was like, oh, if I could have that house, I would. But I'd also like this. So
with a Leo and the family that I have and the family that I want to create, we're not flashy, but we like to show off what we have.
Oh, this actually makes sense. Sorry, it tells me about like the signs. So fire signs are the most confident in this realm, whereas air homes have their basis in mental rapport, and earth homes are places of comfort and support. And water signs, the likelihood is that the home is charged with emotions. A lot of people have said that like my home is comfy, so I quite like that.
Yeah, my home isn't cozy or comfy. As you can tell, like from my family life.
Yeah, but
what we have.
Your 4th house is in in Leo, isn't it?
Leo. Yeah.
So you're most confident in this realm. Yeah. So like you said, a bit more showy, a bit more extravagant, in a good way.
Especially with like even if like my brothers, my mum, my dad, like with their jobs as well. It's like I'm not flashy and I'm not one to show off. But it's like it'll always end up coming up in conversation, humbly, of course.
Of course.
But it's like I like to be. I'm proud of my family. I'm proud of where I've come from.
Yeah.
And that's why that's my Leo in my 4th house, which is family. I am proud of my family. I am proud of where I come from, and I want to be proud of my future family. And I want to show off my family because I love my family and I'm proud of them.
Yeah.
Therefore, we will come off a little showy. If that makes sense.
Yeah, that does make sense. Yeah.
Now, yours, what did you say yours was?
Mine's in Virgo, so like that comfy, secure, safe, very much like an earth sign. That, like, nurturing.
Very grounded, very realistic. However, I feel like you've got some standards for a family.
What do you mean standards? In what way?
Well, Virgos are typically very anal.
Oh!
They're perfectionist.
Yeah, I'm anal.
You have standards for your family.
Yeah, I do.
Like a family, like family values, if you will.
Yeah, I'm very much family orientated. I like to splash out if it means comfort. So like this very nice.
You like your luxuries. I know that.
I do. Tom, my other half, has recently bought a new bed as well, and it's a Super King.
Virgo. Ooh.
I know. Our bedroom's that big. Not to rub it in, but I was like, we can fit a Super King. We're getting a Super King.
Go off, hun. But that's exactly like Virgos like luxury. They like the best because that's they know they deserve it. Basically, Virgos are all about luxury if they believe that they need it or they want it. Do you know what? They just like luxury. If they've got it, if they want it, and they can afford it, they'll do it.
I want it. I've got it. I want it. I want it. I got it. Okay. But yeah, I'm very much, especially like with organisation and that sort of thing, that, yeah, if it doesn't fit, I won't buy it. So like our house is like greys, whites, blacks. If it doesn't fit,
again,
I'm not going to buy it.
Very anal.
Like this.
But also,
this came in two colours, beige or grey, and I was like, grey.
But also, I just want to say that your fourth house is family and not home.
Yeah, I guess.
So, kids, friends, family, like the relationships of your family. And the way you want things to pan out.
Yeah.
So for me, as a Leo...
Yeah, that makes more sense.
In my fourth house, my family, I want to be proud. Like, I will be proud of my family, of their achievements. Yeah. I will tell people about their achievements because I'm proud of them. And that will probably come off a little showy. I'm proud of where I've come from. I'm proud of my current family. If I do end up having, a family in the future, I would, without a doubt, be proud of them. Mm-hmm. Whereas you with a Virgo, in your family, there will be some standards. I want my family to look like this.
Yeah.
I want this. I want this nice picture-perfect family. I don't know, like, sort of thing.
Like an idea, yeah.
Yeah, like you have an idea, and that's what you want.
Yeah.
You want this nice, cushy family that everybody wants, and it's like, it's really nice to have it.
It's not what everybody wants, it's what I want. But yeah, I know what you mean, yeah. But I know I have that, like, leeway of, I know that that's not going to go as I planned. You know what I mean? Yeah. Compromises, that sort of thing.
So it's like you have your idea of a family, and that is where your Virgo steps in. It's like, what kind of family is that you're after, and how will you have that family? It's sort of, so your Virgo is like, you have a way that you want your family to go, like how you want to build that family, how you want that sort of to pan out over the years, sort of thing, and how your family has been. And following that on. So I feel like Virgos would follow traditions because they like the routine. They like these set standards. So it's like, right, it's a family tradition, it's a family value. We're doing this and that's that.
Yeah, it's like I go visit my grandparent every Saturday. That's a tradition to me.
And that is your Virgo coming out in your family sign.
Yeah, that
in your house, in your fourth house. Whereas obviously as a Leo, it's, me. I'm so proud of my family and where I have come from. I am not ashamed to tell people about them. When it's necessary. Like, if they'll ask me, I don't bring it up if they don't ask.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, what does your dad do? Oh yeah, my dad does this for a living. Yeah. What does your mum do? My mum does this for a living. She worked here. She's done that. She's honestly, she's great. Like, sort of thing. And I will always big my family up.
Yeah.
Like, I'm my family's hype man.
Hype. Yeah.
Now, fifth house. is your house of romance, creativity, and children.
Oh.
If you were to have any of these.
Yeah,
So,
if you were.
5th house. Now, we come to the fun zone of your chart. This is the part where this is the part of you that's associated with romance, creativity, and children, whether it's yours or somebody else's. So more or less how you are around children, or how you think about children, like what you think of children. It's your light-hearted side and what you do on the weekend. It's where you express yourself and even take some personal risks. It's the house of flirtation and good times. The sign on the house will show you how to have a good time. So pay attention to this in terms of if you're looking for a new partner, for romance, whatever you want to look for your 5th house.
Mm-hmm.
This will tell you what you need, what you want, what you desire. Follow along that line because you find you will be a lot happier. This is why people go, oh, I don't know what I want from a relationship. Like, check your chart. Check your chart. It will tell you what you need to know.
Mm-hmm.
The 5th house is all about love affairs as well. Note that the 7th house is about deep love and relationships, which is different. The 5th house is about the chase and seduction and the delight. So it's the fun.
Mm-hmm.
It's the beginning. It's the start. It's like, oh, I want to have a fling. I want this and I want that. It's that lust. It's that desire.
Mm-hmm.
Not the actual relationship. It's what do you look for at the start.
Yeah. Honestly,
if you don't want the commitment.
Mine does say a little bit more different. It's about creation. So again, in terms of children, but it goes on to that creativity, pleasure, offspring, love affairs.
Creating the fun, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's about creating
that relationship.
Yeah, and mine just says it does say love affairs. So it says 5th house represents more than biological reproduction or the sexual urge. Love affairs also come under this house because they make a person feel special. So with links to Leo, this house is where someone plays, discovers the inner child, and develops a sense of wonder.
So basically, your 5th house is your sex life. If really, let's be honest, it's what you need for sex.
Yeah.
It's your sexual desires. It's the fulfillment. It's what you want.
100%, yeah.
What you need.
Yeah, it says children play an important part of this house as well as creativity.
Hobbies also come under this.
Wait, what does?
House, hobbies. Hobbies also come under this house, as do pleasure and fun. So whatever you find fun, and whatever you find desirable, whatever you want, that's your house.
That includes you in, yeah.
So what's your 5th house?
My 5th house is Libra. Only just.
Virgo.
Ah.
So I don't really know how that works. Because Virgos aren't fun.
Virgos can be fun. Let's bring it up.
Right, but they're very perfectionist about it, though.
I mean, yeah, I guess.
I don't know. I feel like they would.
Well, hang on. So Virgo.
Sure, I'll have a read what mine is. So Virgo in 5th house.
So so it does come up with sort of like leisure activities. So team games appeal to Virgo, as does health club, yoga, walking, cycling. They are excellent craftspeople, taking up hobbies such as carpentry, wood carving, needlepoint, and model making.
Told you it was relatively boring. And a perfectionist thing. It is hobbies that, have you noticed, there tends to be hobbies and activities that follow a process.
Yeah,
routine.
It even says the science, precise and efficient approach to life is mirrored in chess and computers.
However, I do admit I love chess. I find great pleasure in playing chess. But it's like, I knew as a Virgo, like I read that and I was like, fuck, Virgo in my 5th house, I know for a fact that it's all about like routine, precise, process activities.
Keyword: service, analysis, efficiency, perfectionism, conscientious, purity, fruitfulness, fastidious, submissive, modest, efficient, nitpicking, pedantic, narrow-minded.
Yep, sounds about right. Moving on. Let's talk about yours.
Libra.
Absolutely.
Libra. Okay. What should I go on? Shall I look at the like hobbies? Because I know that I don't have any, so it'd be interesting to see. Where are we? Leisure activities. Libra into pair-orientated sports, racket games or dancing. I did used to do that in my youth. Tai Chi, swimming. I do like swimming. Membership of a health club is also an appeal. Libra enjoys designing and making beautiful clothes, enhancing the home and garden. Quiet activities such as painting, photography, reading, listening to music are also appropriate. Fuck me. Attending art exhibitions, shopping, going to the cinema, concert, nightclubs, all offer this sociable sign and outlet.
That's very true.
I've been read to filth. That's not fair.
Hasn't. I feel a little let down with mine.
I mean, don't forget, it's the usual things. If you really wanted to go into depth, you might be better off looking at your cafe astrology.
I'm gonna look at my cafe astrology after this. Then but maybe, like, it's like Virgo for fun, really? That's what I got?
There may be something in opposition. Or maybe a planet
I do believe that would be.
Or a planet that's inside your 5th house that's affecting it.
To be fair, it's... maybe. It is 24 degrees.
So you're very nearly... Okay. Is there
very nearly a cusp.
Can you see if there's any planets in there? Oh, yeah.
In my 5th house? Yes, my Lilith.
Ah, okay.
Yes, so my Lilith is in my 5th house. When you read through your astrology... through your chart, if you are following, you'll have your zodiac tropical sign, and then straight underneath it's your Placidus, which are your houses, and your star signs, like the star sign, and then underneath will be the planets in which house. Yeah. We can touch on that a little later, but that's really the base what you need to know. So those planets are in the houses, and those houses are in signs.
Yeah.
Basically. So yes, so my 5th is in Lilith. And obviously Lilith is in Virgo. Yeah.
So your Lilith is your deeper natures which are repressed or buried. So that could be you're repressing that side. That's not necessarily true for you. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
See?
I'll look into it later. I'm too lazy to read it at the minute.
Okay, that's fine.
I wonder what sign that one is. All right.
Definitely sounds like
boy.
You. Don't be rude, Yorkshire Pure Evil. Don't be rude. I know it sounds like
Definitely
me.
Sounds like you, Lindsay.
I know it sounds like me.
Oh, absolutely.
100%. 100%.
100%.
100. Okay.
I was on a page and now we lost it, and I'm really sad about that.
Do you want me to go into the 6th house? Or do you want me to wait for you?
6th house, so daily routines including work and your health or duties.
Yep. Health, service, work, teamwork, co-partners, pets, efficiency, vocation, daily routine. This is where we start to become aware of others. Linked to Virgo, this is where innate talents and abilities are used in a most productive way and vocations arise. The sign and planets placed in this part of the chart describe how unselfishly or not someone can act. The sun placed in the 6th, for example, indicates dedication to a life of service, but this sign determines whether or not it takes place in a hospital, a shop, a government department, or even for a charity.
Yep. 6th house, yeah?
Yeah. The service comes from the heart without thought of reward or recognition. This is what must be done and how it must be done. But if personal identity, and self-worth have not been developed sufficiently, the sixth house will still seek recognition for its good works, to be told how worthy it is being. So yeah, health, teamwork, basically career.
Routines. Yeah, like routines fall into this as well, like like morning routines, evening routines, everyday routines, like self-care routines, if you will. Apparently, pets also fall under this house.
That's what it says for me.
Yeah, pets fall under this house. So I guess like with a pet, you do have a routine.
Yeah.
You know what time you walk them, what time you feed them.
Yeah.
I mean, that works out pretty well.
I mean, my cats know when it's 7 o'clock. Trust. If I get up to even go to the toilet, they're screaming off downstairs already. They know what time it is.
So
they just know.
Ooh, Aries or Rising. Ooh. How did I not read that?
What?
It's just another page where it's like Aries or Aries Rising, Taurus or Taurus Rising, and like tells you all about your houses. Like which one it falls under. Yeah. This book is a godsend, everyone. Please buy it. I think I bought it for like £4. That's it. What are we in? 6 now?
6.
6.
Oh my god.
So, what am I? Gemini or Gemini Rising? So, my 6th house is Scorpio.
Mine is Scorpio too.
So your daily life runs with a scorpionic flavor. Well, that doesn't really tell me anything, though, does it?
Well, as soon as it's linked to careers, I do have a section here in Scorpio that says careers. Do you want me to read it? Or
absolutely, since we're both in Scorpio.
So, with links to everything hidden and covert, Scorpio is often employed as doctor, scientist, detective, surveillance operator, or private investigator, pathologist, hospice worker, psychiatrist, research worker, psychologist, hypnotherapist, undertaker, insurance agent, investigator. The signs linked to sex and medicine take Scorpio into gynecology, midwifery, sex therapy. Scorpio's profile is also suited to nuclear weapons design or work as a submariner, diver, law enforcement officer, complementary medicine practitioner, butcher, a business person, or a sewage worker. I was going to say that.
When you don't fit into any of those.
Same. I mean, I guess the scientist part, but other than that...
Hold on, I was going to say science, you teach it. That's one another sign of yours, but science, you work in science, therefore that is a very perfect fit for you. But not for you, but for me. But do you know what? Even though that my chosen career choice has nothing to do with those, do you know what I wanted to be as a child, like growing up?
No. What?
I wanted to be a forensic scientist, an investigator.
Love it.
I always wanted to do that. But unfortunately I sucked at science, so I knew I wasn't going to go far. So I'll pick a new career path. What one do I also like? I still suck at science. Like, I can't do science.
Everyone can do science, you just had a shitty teacher.
Maybe I just really didn't understand it.
See, I found that, especially working with adults, the older you are, the more you can get abstract concepts. Like, when you're a kid, honestly, even I wasn't that good at it. I mean, yeah, I passed. And it wasn't until I went into college and I was, 20? I was like, I'm actually good at something. And it wasn't until then where it sort of, like, all came together.
Yeah, no, I still can't do that. You could tell me what this one thing and another thing with the reaction is, and I'll forget it 2 seconds later because I just don't get it.
And I'm just a complete nerd for it. I'm like, watch this, look what it does, look what it does.
I'll sit and I'll go, but I don't know what that means.
And I'll be like, but it's this and this and this.
But it's like, look at this, it's a pink flame, and I'm like, yeah, I see that, but I don't know. I feel like Jack Skellington from Tim Burton, you know, when he's like trying to think of like the thing with Christmas, like, what is this?
Yeah.
What is this? Yeah. But it's like, interesting reaction, but what does it mean? I'm literally like that with anything science. But I did also want to do psychology. I wanted to do psychology in college. They didn't let me because I didn't get a B in science. I only got a C and they didn't let me do it.
It was the same with me. I only got C's, so they didn't let me do my A-levels. But we got there in the end. We got there in the end, it's fine.
Got there in the end. So anyway, both Scorpios in the 6th house.
Mm-hmm. 7th house?
7th house refers to your lovers and your enemies.
Mine says marriage.
Ooh.
Relationships, matrimony, partnerships, unity, other people, projection, public enemies, lawsuits.
Yep. I've got lovers, your spouse, your ex, open enemies, any sort of partner, including business partners, cooperation, and competition. So, 7th house. Welcome to the house of love. Actually, it's the house of partnership as much as it is about love. But let's face it, the love aspect of the 7th house is pretty compelling. This is the house where you find the descendant or the love line, and it's about the other, the important other people in your life. That's often your beloved, your ex, or even people you are more like foes than friends, but who loom large in your life. So even if you hate them, they're still there and they're a big influence on your life. Mm-hmm. So I have a lot of enemies. To them, I'm a big influence to them, and they mean nothing to me. However, the people I really don't like, bitch, everything I do is like out of spite to them.
Yeah.
So there's that. Let's see, what else have we got? Often your beloved, your ex, with people who are more foes than friends. It can also show best friends, business partners, and bosses. Anyone who is a VIP in your life. Ooh. So somebody who is in your life that influences your decisions, whether they know it or not. Basically. For your 7th house. 7th house is a bit like the 7th sign of Libra. It's all about how we relate to other people. Me and you, me versus you. I see me through your eyes and how it can show our ideal self. Person we would love to be, as opposed to the ascendant, which shows how we come across, whether we like it or not. It's a you and them place where you can claim people as my boyfriend or my husband, my wife, etc., etc. The sign on this house can say a lot about the people you fall in love with. This is where we make commitments to the people we were only flirting with back in the 5th house.
So
this is when your lover in the 5th house becomes a little more serious and becomes in part of your 7th house.
Mm-hmm.
What's your 7th house?
Capricorn. What's yours?
Sagittarius!
Of course, I mean, it's got to be close to your sun sign, hasn't it? Technically.
It's got to be, because it's got to be something you value.
Yeah, so it's got to be close to it. Yeah.
Although, I'm on a cusp. I'm 29 degrees Sagittarius.
Ooh, that is fucking cusp. That is a goddamn major cusp. Daniel.
Yeah, it is, yeah. I have to see what the cusp is, though.
Yeah. 100%.
I could get my chart up, really, couldn't I? Like, my actual chart. But I'm not going to do that.
No. I've already got mine up.
I'm going to call myself out, yeah. Love you.
Yeah.
So Sagittarius, I don't know what that really means for love in terms of Sagittarius. I know obviously I'm in the cusp, but I feel like it's got to be a free wheel. Like it's got to be. That's it. Like there's no boundaries.
I mean,
well, a lot of freedom.
Mhm. A lot of targets.
Lots of freedom.
A lot of targets. Not necessarily a bad thing at all. I'm just saying. Yeah.
A lot of shots in the dark.
Yeah, I'm just trying to look through like the section for Sagittarius, see if there's anything like to do with love or anything.
I have a feeling Sagittarius, in terms of deep connections, would be more of you will do anything for them. with the, not the expectation, but the idea or the hopes that they would do the same back, or something just as important. Lots of freedom, that they aren't clingy, because as Sagittarius sun, that's not who they are anyway. Well, but I feel like in a relationship, you just cannot be like that. You can't be clingy. It doesn't work.
I am looking at the wrong section. So there is relationship astrology in this bit. So let me just find. Let me see where
go off, hun. Go off.
I know. Scorpio, Sagittarius. Romantic Sagittarius is a free spirit who finds it difficult to commit to one-to-one relationships. If your Sagittarian partner shows signs of straying, there may be cause for concern. Although light-hearted flirtation is not unusual, but there is not likely to receive any notice. If a Sagittarius is planning to leave, the sign usually ups and goes. They have an enormous need for personal space and freedom. If you try and tie this lover down, the relationship will surely fail. But if Sagittarius is given plenty free space, positive encouragements to explore, you'll have a lasting and equal partnership. This is particularly true if you can accompany Sagittarius on spontaneous adventures. Your partner dislikes long-term, carefully made plans, preferring to throw clothes into a suitcase and take off for the sun. Naturally assuming you'll be free to buy a house on an impulse, whilst the wilder Sagittarian impulses may need a cautious restraint. On the whole, this is the way the life works well. Sagittarius has innate trust in the universe that attracts much luck.
Sounds pretty accurate. Because I'll say this. I'll prove this point of Sagittarius in relationship, like Sagittarius in seventh house. Yes. Whenever I would get really angry, in particular, but it would happen all the day anyway. Like whenever, I would say I just need some time on my own. Don't message me, don't talk to me, I want to be in my own space. I've been around people far too long.
Tom's like that. Sometimes he just wants to be left alone.
I just want a time on my own to do what I want, even if it's literally nothing. Even if it's just sleep. Even if it's just to watch, like, Disney Plus or something. Like, leave me the fuck alone. I don't want messages. If you message me, I'll ignore you. And I will get annoyed with you, but I will also ignore you. Yeah. Now, the thing is, in a previous relationship, I would say, just leave me alone. I want to be left alone. I will come to you when I'm ready to come back. So what would they do 3 hours later?
Message you.
They would message me. Especially if I'm, like, angry and they know the full well, like, I need to be left alone and I need to be left alone for, like, 3 days. Like, I'm not going to talk to anyone in that 3 days. I'm just going to hide out in my room for 3 days.
Yeah.
Do not, I repeat, do not message me if I'm furious 3 hours later being like, I know you don't want me to message you. And I'm like, so don't.
I mean, yeah, 100%.
Like, leave me the fuck alone.
Leave me alone.
But it's like that in everything. I really appreciate my own time. Like, if I want to do something and I know I want to do it alone. Like, I like to go shopping on my own. I like to go to the cinema on my own. And it's like, if people are like, oh, I'll join you, I'm sat there like,
bitch, who the
fucking
invite you?
Like, I'm sorry. Who invited you? Oh, you're coming shopping? That's great. Maybe I'll see you around. But you ain't fucking come with me.
I love that.
But, like, as a Sagittarius in a relationship, that is exactly how it pans out. Like, I just need my own space. I cannot be... If I'm in my own space, I need to be in my own head, my own place. I cannot have anybody infiltrate that space. By a message, letters, knocks on the door, I don't give a fuck. Don't check up on me. Don't message me. Don't do anything. I mean, if it's come to about a week and no one's heard anything, then I would probably get a bit worried. You know?
Yeah.
But anyway, moving on.
Anyways.
What's your 7th house?
Capricorn.
So it's your house, like your sun sign.
Yeah. And it says the consistent lover.
Are you clingy as fuck then?
Maybe.
Oh, shit.
Shh. 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 Okay. I already know I'm clingy. He knew about this when he got into the relationship. Okay. Yes?
Mm-hmm.
So, Capricorn is one of the most reliable signs, possessing enormous strength of character. Most people prefer their Capricorn partner to be as their rock. Relationships last with this sign, and although there may be minor affairs, home, family ultimately take precedence. Capricorn places great emphasis on duty and takes responsibility seriously. In fact, a Capricorn partner is somewhat serious in general. Although this is enlived by a wicked sense of humour, thank you, with Saturn as a sign of the Earth as the sign's ruler, frivolity is discouraged and emotional expression reined in, despite a powerful libido. As with all the signs, there exists a split between body and emotions. On occasions, Capricorn genuinely does not know what he or she is feeling. Trust. To understand your partner, you'll need to consider both age and sex. Capricorn women are typically more easily overcome. Fucking hell. Capricorn women. Capricorn feminine. Yeah. Are more easily able to overcome the restraints of Saturn. There's an error in this, sorry. Making them more emotionally open and in touch with their sensual nature than Capricorn men. Maturity suits Capricorn better than youth. A young Capricorn is old beyond his or her years, or their years, and often feels weighed down by life. An older Capricorn, who is no longer driven by the need for security or achievement, often seems to grow younger. In these later years, Capricorn can reach beyond the tappings of material success to find a deeper satisfaction of life and making for a more rounded relationship. Once committed to you, Capricorn will want to spend leisure time with you, following a routine.
Oh, fuck, is that why we're here every Tuesday?
Yes.
Ah, no. Guess I gotta switch that up.
Mate, you've got me this for life.
Okay.
Or until we stop.
That's true. That's also true. But I have a feeling it'll be a while.
Yeah.
I feel like this is the only routine I could handle. And I'm still struggling with this.
I mean, how can you forget about me?
I have absolutely no object permanence. None.
Oof.
People, I forget people, like, I have a relationship with people when I don't see them or speak to them. So it's like, you need to message me to remind me that we actually have a friendship. Because you know when it's like out of sight, out of mind?
You know what? I'm the same. But then my anxiety gets in it where I'm like, oh, maybe I should text them. And I'm like, my anxiety gets in the way and be like, they don't want to speak to you. You're not friends
see, I'm the
anymore.
total opposite. I just forget. It's not anything personal. It's literally the fact that I'll forget I'll even have a phone.
Really?
I kid you not. I walked in today from, like, obviously, like, 5 to 8, walked in the door, put down my coat, went straight upstairs and started talking to my mum. And I was like, right? She's like, oh, you're home late? And I was like, huh? Oh, my God. And I was like, oh, my God, Lindsay's going to message me. Only then did I remember that I had a phone that you would message me.
100%. 100%. I mean, it was 1 minute.
No object permanence.
It was 1 minute to when I was like, oh wait, I haven't messaged them at all today. Do they still remember that it's today? That we.
See, I was like, oh, it's probably like 7:30. I was like, I got time to talk to my mum.
Your body clock is way off.
Dude, yeah, I'm running on 4 hours sleep. I I don't blame myself for my body clock being
Bruh,
off.
4 hours sleep? Are you okay?
No.
No.
No, I didn't get to sleep till 4:30. I had to be up at 8 o'clock, and I was like,
Why didn't you go to sleep till 4:30?
I don't know, man. I was just up
couldn't.
on TikTok. I couldn't help it. It's just one more video.
I'm like that. And then I found this thing on my phone that said bedtime, and it grayscales my phone between certain times, so then I get bored and I turn it off.
Yeah, see, even if I did that, I'd go on the settings, turn the grayscale off.
Need to put a pin on that. Anyways.
Yeah, but the thing is, I'll always remember the pin.
Not if I do it for you. You'd be like, Lindsay, tell me the pin. I'm like, no.
Sure, that's not a bad idea. That is not a bad idea.
No, it's not, is it? See, I'm full of good ideas.
I'm gonna get you to do that. I hope you know that, because then I might actually get a routine going.
That's fine. See, Capricorns help you find a routine.
And I will find a way to get out that routine.
Yeah, know that.
I will. At that point, I'll end up just not being on my phone, but I'll be watching TV.
I'll steal the remote.
Away from the south, you fucking Yorkshire. I'm sure.
Well, yeah, because then you have to get up to change and turn on the TV, and you'll be like, no. Right. Back on topic.
Anyway, back on topic.
8th house.
8th house.
Ooh.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I lost count. Oh, right. Okay.
Mine says mortality and metaphysics, rebirth, death, rebirth, regeneration, integration, self-sacrifice, expanded awareness, inheritance, other people's money, interactions, shared resources, metaphysics. So in the complex 8th house, the secrets of the universe are revealed. This is the point at which we move beyond self-awareness to universal awareness. In its Plutonian reaches, death is met, one of the great certainty of life and the most feared. And expanded states of consciousness are encountered. At the mundane level, it is the house of shared resources and monetary gain of things inherited. The sign on the cusp describes how easily resources are shared and how altruistic someone can be. I'm probably not saying that right. For instance, an elusive Pisces or Neptune in the 8th house may indicate an inheritance that slips through one's fingers, or a continuation of family pattern of addiction. A Capricorn or Saturn would suffer loss, inherit a substantial legacy, or flair for business. Flair for business.
Sorry, I was looking at my birth chart.
That's fine.
Trying to figure some shit out.
That's fine. What is your 8th house?
My 8th house
Capricorn.
is... How did you know? Is yours Capricorn?
Mine's Capricorn, yeah.
Mine's also Capricorn.
Ah, we're both Capricorn.
Yeah, definitely Capricorn.
So a Capricorn could suffer loss, inherit a substantial legacy, or have a flair for business.
Alright, yeah, we're good. Let's moving on.
Alright, that's fine, that's fine.
That's good. Yeah, we know all about Capricorns.
Yep. We do.
We do.
9th house. Philosophy. Higher learning. Distant horizons. Ethic. Beliefs. Religion. Long journeys. In-laws. Foreign affairs.
The great cosmic quest to understand life.
There you go.
The adventure zone in your chart.
Yeah.
It's long distance travel where you go off on quests to discover the world. It's also the study stone, where people move into higher education or broaden their mind in any way. This is the place in the chart where people see the proverbial bigger picture.
Mm-hmm.
For that reason, I also think of it as count your blessings zone. The sign on this house will give you an idea of your attitude to travel. It's also associated with legal matters.
Yeah, so mine asks questions like answers. This is a house of higher education philosophical debate and the greater question of life, such as what am I doing here and what does it all mean? Journeys are made to distant horizons, physical or of the mind. In this house, there is an opening up to something other. If the planets are propitious, if not, the vision cannot be shared, nor the process of life fully engaged in. Planets placed here illustrate the response to the call of the spirit. If Neptune is in residence, the call is towards ritual and mysticalism, or illusions that pass for it. Saturn, on the other hand, favours religious certainty and dogma. Pluto's, for fascination and fever, finds a natural home in a ninth, while Uranus brings a new belief system or none at all. Very ominous.
Very ominous.
Very ominous.
So my sign in the ninth house is Aquarius.
Mine is too.
What planet is in your ninth house then?
I don't think I have a planet in the ninth house.
Ooh.
Oh wait, Aquarius. Oh wait, I do.
I've got two.
Or is it just out? I don't know if that's just out or just in. I think that's just out. I don't think I have a planet in there.
I've got 3.
Fuck me, you've got a trine.
For my ninth house. Yeah. 1, 2, 3.
No, I don't have any at all.
I've got Venus, Jupiter, and Uranus.
Venus, Jupiter, and Uranus.
I'm just scrolling down. So, Jupiter is in Aquarius. So, I attract most good fortune when I am tolerant, fair, inventive, impartial, and cooperative. Values people and personal freedom, most desiring to show unique perspective or skills. I'm even misgendering myself here. Is now open to new methods and progress. Great tolerance and humanitarian. Jupiter in ninth house. Deeply intelligent, tolerable, and sincere. Professional success can happen abroad or in connection with foreign countries. Faraway voyages are profitable. Very optimistic, philosophical, hopeful, and humorous. Conjunction between Jupiter and midheaven. Lives the high life, wanting to have fun, but knowing what they want and doing what is necessary to get it. They want to and does succeed socially. This is a work hard, play hard placement.
Damn.
Okay. Okay, cool. So, 10th house, yeah?
10th
What's
house.
Yours? Or do we want to do yours? Did we do yours?
What, in the 9th house?
Yeah.
Same as yours, it's Aquarius.
Oh, yeah. 10th house, yeah?
Yep.
No, we've just done... No, that's right, we did the 9th, yeah.
Yep.
10th house covers ambitions and career and basically how you make your mark in that said career.
Oh, so this is career. So what was the 5th then? No, was it 5th?
John.
I'm sure we've already talked about career before. Oh no, that's 6th.
5th is creativity.
6th.
Career.
6th is service, isn't
so
it?
So 6th, it's more of work rather than career. So it could just be in a job you've got.
Right. Okay.
Rather than a career, because career is obviously your long-term goals, isn't it? Of what you want from. So let's say you want to go into business, that's your career. But you might be I don't know, working in a retail shop whilst you're trying to get into a business school or something.
Okay, right.
So,
okay.
10th house covers ambitions and career. So it's your ambitions in regards to your career. This is the top point or pinnacle of your chart. The MC is the cusp of the 10th house in other house systems, but we are using as a whole. Yeah, we don't care, ignore all of that. So the 10th house talks about what you came into this world to achieve and how you're going to attempt to pull that off. This should show how you'll make your mark and where your stance in society, your status. Do you feel as if you were brought to this earth to achieve great things? Look to your chart and your 10th house. So really, you're looking at your aspirations and how to reach that goal in this house, and what mark you were brought here to make. If someone wants to ask you about their professional life, look at their 10th house. How lofty are their ambitions? You can work out by looking at this part of the chart. Which sign rules it, which planets are in there, how many people are very at home in the 6th house, which is part of the horoscope where the daily toil goes on. However, the 10th house is where the career trajectory, that's the one, lies. And where we decide how ambitious we are. It's how we stand out and make our mark. Even if we don't actually work a day in our lives, this house covers our reputation. So
what is your 10th house?
My 10th house is also Aquarius.
Oh, okay. Mine is Pisces.
Interesting. Do you have any planets in your 10th house?
Saturn.
I don't.
So it says here, with Saturn in this position, progress may be slow but persistent, while Mars aims straight for the top, and the Sun simply, it's your time to shine. In the 10th house terms, career is about making its impact. This house may indicate the profession followed, although it is normally supported by other factors in the chart. Mars in Aries typically associated with aggressive professions, Mercury in Gemini with careers that involve writing, Saturn and Capricorn can indicate teacher or upholder of the law, Jupiter, Sagittarius or Pisces, travel agent or actor.
Interesting.
So what is yours, Aquarius?
Yes.
Oh.
And no planets.
Okay. So even this bit does have a career input as well. Did you just whistle?
No. Might be the wind.
Maybe. I swear I heard it.
I have a vent and it keeps whistling every so often.
Oh, right, okay. So career Aquarius is, the intention is to help humanity move forward. So scientists, quantum physicist, systems analysis, technologist, electronic engineer, researcher, anthropologist, social worker, charity, or astronomer suit well and do the ecological consultant. Radiographer, astronaut, cognitive therapist, or reformer. As this sign exists in the future, futures trader is appropriate. And Saturn as a co-ruler, so surprisingly, archaeologist.
Interesting. Doesn't really hit home. However, we can move on from that.
Yeah, let's move on.
What are we in now? 11th?
We're in the 11th. So group activities, society, friends, hopes, wishes, aspirations, social consciousness.
And what you're wishing for. Yeah, networks, what you're wishing for. This house is all about friends, social circles you move in, and the social networks you belong to. And about how well you're connected on there. It's about the people you associate and hang out with. It's about the company you keep and the people you feel kindred spirits, who feel like kindred spirits. Sorry. It's about being part of a team and how well you can fit into that role. It's about your peers. So, in your 11th house, what kind of a friend you are shows your this sign, this house shows you what kind of a friend you are.
Mm.
Do you learn lots of life lessons, like from your friends? If that is true, it could be a Saturn that rules your 11th house. Do you really adore your friends and vice versa? Perhaps Venus is in your 11th house. Are your friends your focus? You may have the sun in your 11th house. So planets really do make all the difference in terms of trying to figure out who you are. When this house is triggered, example, if there is a new or full moon or a planet is in there and aspecting other planets, issues related to friends often come up. This part of the chart is also part of your ideals, the things you aspire to. Hopefully, you'll find friends who will be aspirational rather than a bad influence. The 11th house is about what ye old astrologers would call the thing wished for. In other words, this is part of your chart is about what you're wishing for. So, yeah, like, what kind of friends do you want? What kind of friend are you? What kind of friends are you friends with? Or what's your, like, how you and your friends react to it, like, are friends with each other? Like, what's the deal, you know? And I don't like mine, but I do. I don't, but I do, but I really don't.
It's Pisces, isn't it?
It is Pisces. It is a Pisces.
Mine's in Aries.
Oh, an Aries.
Mm.
So you are a tough cookie of a friend.
What do you mean? Like, I don't reveal much, or like...
I mean, you don't anyway.
You
don't reveal a lot regardless. I just end up figuring it out.
See, I don't really say a lot, but you can tell.
Yeah.
I reveal a lot.
I think maybe as an Aries, I don't know, it also depends on your planets as well. As an Aries...
Yeah.
Your feelings are hurt there, pure Yorkshire Pure Evil. Absolutely.
Sorry, Yorkshire Pure Evil.
Do you know what? It's the only Pisces in my chart, though.
Is it?
Yeah, that's the only Pisces. Which would make sense, because I was talking to Lucy today about friends, about being friends. And she was like, you are just so kind, you're caring, you do anything for the other person. I'm like,
that nurturing.
You're right. Do you know what I do? I am really nurturing to my friends. I do a lot for my friends. I take that carer role, which I will admit Pisces is a nurturing sign.
Yeah.
Although I don't like Pisces as a sun sign.
Yeah.
Every sign has pros and cons.
Yeah.
Pisces pros are that they are nurturing. They are attentive. They feel things very deeply.
I am sorry.
Cool, are we boring you, Linz?
No, I'm tired. I want to go sleep.
But you're not as tired as me.
No, definitely not as tired as you. I'm surprised that you're not yawning all over the place.
Same, to be honest. Same. But I mean, you know me.
I mean, yeah, I do know you. Yeah. Oh.
But yeah, so like as a Pisces, as a friend, I'd like to... Do you know what? Let's have a look if I've got anything in my house for that one. What are we... I do. I have Saturn. My planet is Saturn for this house. So what does that mean for me? Should we have a look?
I don't have any planets in that side.
Really?
Mm-mm. Most of my planets are mostly over towards the right hand side.
Warren, is that wrong? You know you can't tell if something is wrong.
Yorkshire Pure Evil, you best not getting me into a shit. He says every time.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm not, you know, she's
every
not
time
boring.
I talk.
No, definitely not. I'm just
Fuck off, Lindsay. Honestly, do you know what? I'm sick of you. Sick of this friendship. I'm done now. Turn this stream off and I forget about it forever. Oh no, here comes the Cancer moon. Sorry, the Cancer rising. Here's the Cancer rising coming out.
I don't know if I'm crying because I'm yawning or crying because you don't want to be friends with me anymore.
Cry about both, bitch.
Bitch.
So, where is it? Am I reading? Oh, look, there we go. Pisces on house. May only have a few friends, but this friendship is sincere and frank. Okay, but I need to talk to me more. Come on, like this isn't hard.
What house?
Maybe it is for me. We are in 12th house, I believe. Friendships, isn't it? No, it's not. It's the 11th house. My apologies. There's like Jupiter in the 9th. Ah, Saturn's in the 11th house. Here we go. Found it. They may often appreciate the company of older people of intelligence and good counsel, and they will help success in professional life. They may have few friends or difficulty finding a partner. They are very reserved. Oh no.
I've just found mine.
Oh yeah?
She likes to be surrounded by friends, full of vigour, solid, spirited. She carries out everything she takes on. That's it.
Short description for this one. I'm quite a little... Come on, give me more, you know?
I was going to say, it's just like a little snippet, so...
Yeah, it is just a little snippet this time.
Yeah.
They persevere, achieve their projects through hard work. Okay, that's fine. Alright, moving on. 12th house, I believe.
The 12th
Now, we must
house.
remember, not everybody has a 12th house. Or is it... No, or is it a 13th house?
13th house, isn't it?
It's 13. I know everyone's got a 12. It must be a 13th house then.
Must be.
It's gotta be.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
That's 10. 12.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, 12th house is all about fierce and spiritual life. This is the part of your chart where you can withdraw, rest, and retreat. It's the place where you go when you've had enough and you need to refuel on energy or positive emotions. The planet and sign on the cusp of the 12th house will say a lot about how you do that. This is also somewhat scarily known as the house of self-sabotage.
Oh.
So be aware of that. Getting to know your 12th house will show you how to shoot yourself in the foot and how to stop doing that.
Love it.
It's also part of your chart where you keep a big connection to your spiritual life. Traditional astrologers won't agree, but many modern astrologers associate the 12th house with the planet of poetry and divine connections, aka Neptune. The planet associated with Pisces since it's discovered in 1846. For me, it's the deepest, darkest, most private part of your chart, and it's the place we tap into when we connect with other dimensions. It may sometimes be associated with suffering and sacrifice, but it's also to do with the angels and the guides who help us through tough times. So, yeah, so this is the self-sabotage house.
Yeah. Yeah.
How to self-sabotage and how to stop doing it, basically.
Yeah, I mean, for mine it says return, karma, family secrets, hidden enemies, reconnection, confinement, separation. So yeah, 100%. Mine is Taurus.
Mine is Taurus.
Hey.
Hey.
So it says business affairs will have their highs and lows. Financial loss can be heavy if it does happen.
Do you have any planets in the 12th house?
Oh, Lilith. Do I? Wait.
Do you?
Hang on. No, I do not.
I also don't. That's what I meant. Not a lot of people have planets in the 12th house.
There we go. Yeah.
I was like, I knew somewhat like a lot of places, like a lot of people don't have planets in the 12th house.
Do you have a planet in your 12th house?
Yeah.
No.
Actually, I don't really have a lot of variation. I don't have a planet in the first house or the second house or the third house. I have one in the 4th. 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got one in the 4th house.
Oh, wait.
One in the 5th house.
Oh, apparently I have 2. Apparently my moon and my Lilith is in there.
Interesting.
According to this. I've only just scrolled back up. So both my moon and my Lilith is in there.
So my 12th is in Taurus. And obviously I don't have any planets there, so I've got nothing to add, I guess.
This is cool. Right. That actually does sum it up quite nicely as well, because it is now 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
And we've just gone over the houses.
My 12th house. I've got a little line for my 12th house. Are you ready?
You go on then.
Business affairs will have their highs and lows. Financial loss can be heavy if this does happen.
Must be an echo in here because I said that.
Oh.
It's fine. Yeah, I think we both got the same for that.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that sucks. Okay, well, we've read through our astrology. Now everybody on the internet knows exactly who we are.
Yep, they do. Whoops.
And to the astrology bitches, that's a dangerous thing.
It is. It is, yes. It's alright, I've already put out my birth chart. I don't give a shit.
I mean, we can always put our birth charts in the Discord.
Yorkshire Pure Evil, it's 10 p.m. Time for me to go. Love you both. See you on the next stream, also on Discord. Good night. Mwah, mwah.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. P.S. P.S. Lilith, it's because of Linza's constant yawning, and I'm also not stop yawning. Bye. Sorry. Yeah. I think that's pretty nice.
Oh yeah, that's actually quite ended on a perfectly timed thing. Actually,
I know. Do you want to continue on with a bit of astrology? Like there is the planets still, or do you feel like we should leave it there and let them explore a little bit until they have questions?
Like we'll let it go. If they have questions, we can come back, because obviously now we've gone through each like each house and what that means.
Yeah.
You know, if you're watching whilst it's not obviously not live, so if you're watching this on YouTube or Twitch when we're obviously not online, and you're following along, it's relatively easy enough for them to join in, sort of thing. So if they do have questions, or they can just pop it in the Discord, and we can always answer.
Yeah.
But I think we can move on to a different topic next week. I think 2 weeks of astrology is enough.
Yeah.
And then we can come back a little bit later to describe a little bit more.
Yeah, if there are any questions or anything you want us to go over, feel free.
Exactly.
Whilst we're still on, because we still have 4 viewers, is there any topics that you would like us to go over? Please do let us know. You can type it in the chat right now. If you've not already joined us on Discord, please do. We do have a suggestions box there. So if there's anything that may pop up, that sort of thing, please do there. We also have a YouTube channel which you can follow us on. You can leave a comment under there. If you're watching from YouTube, hello, goodbye, whatever this is. Please do subscribe to our channel. Please do join us on Discord. If you have any questions, anything like that, please leave a comment and let us know. Fabulous. Anything you want to add to that, Lilith?
No, I just want some biscuits now. I don't know. The thing is, we need to decide what we need to do next week. What we want to do next.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, if we don't get any suggestions, we're going to have to come up with something.
Like right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because let's be honest, like, and we could put it in the Discord, but let's be honest, like, not many people are in the Discord.
No, not many. I mean, we are still small. We're still starting. We're still this, that, and the other. So it's like.
Look, we've got 6 viewers. Hi to the new viewers.
6? It says to me 4.
I got 6.
Well, excuse me. Maybe it's just not up to... Oh my god, it's just jumped up to 6. Hi.
Right? Oh, it's gone down to 5 now.
We lost one, sorry. They didn't like us, sorry. Well, we tried.
How dare they?
How dare they?
We're not everyone's cup of tea, and that's fine.
No, that is true. Oh, that is definitely true.
Again, to any of the viewers, please tell us, is there anything you would like to know about witchcraft?
Yep, 100%.
It could be something that we've already done and we can go over.
Yeah, we can go over it in more
detail. It could be
detail.
something... whatever.
Yep, 100%. Yep.
If not, we'll just think of some things anyway.
What else is basic that we could do? So we've done birth charts, we've done astrology.
We've got the basic of witchcraft. Astrology.
We've gone over the Wheel of the Year.
Oh my god. We've really gone through that much already.
Yeah, we
Holy
have.
shit.
This is only episode 4.
Oh fuck.
I mean, to be fair, we do 2-hour sessions, so there's a lot that you can
Also
put in
true.
2-hour sessions.
That's very true.
We could cover...
How about crystals?
I was just about to say that. You see? Mind wave. Oh. That's been happening recently as well. Where I've thought about calling someone or I've thought about messaging someone and they'll message me within the hour. Or call me up within the hour.
Do you know what? Actually, on topic of crystals, I have one thing. Remember how I told you that my smoky quartz and obsidian have gone missing?
Have you found them?
No. I've literally looked everywhere. I've literally tidied every corner of this bedroom. They are nowhere to be found.
That's strange.
I know exactly where I left them.
Yeah.
And they're not there. But I was talking to my friend Lucy today because she also collects crystals. I brought up to her, I was like, my smoky quartz and obsidian have just gone missing. And she looked and she was like, mine have gone missing. They sit on my windowsill, like my shelf. I haven't touched them and they've just gone.
Bloody hell. See, I keep mine in a display case. So obviously if they go missing, I'll be like, what the fuck?
Well, I had mine in place on my altar.
Oh.
The obsidian and the smoky quartz, they were both next to each other. Why, like, by my little crystal cauldron thing.
Yeah.
Where I put other crystals in. Gone. Just gone.
Does Lucy work with, this way off topic, does Lucy work with any deities? Do you know? No.
Mm-mm.
Does she live near you?
She does.
I'll have to see if mine's still there, because I mean, I don't know, it could be...
I actually had to buy new smoky quartz today. I'm really pissed off.
You had to buy it? Oh.
Let's buy another one. There's only a tiny little one, but it was like... Don't know where mine's gone, and it's really annoyed me.
That's strange. That's very, very, very strange.
But apparently, a lot of people's have anyway.
Yeah, I have noticed that on like TikTok and stuff. Everyone's smoky quartz been going missing, like why? I don't know. Might be like a little goblin that's like, I'll take this.
Honestly, I'm like, maybe there's something that we all need to do.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe. Yeah, I'll have to see if mine's still there. Shall we, yeah, we'll cover crystals. Shall we cover some crystals? Like the basic necessities of crystals, what you should have in your arsenal to start with. 100%. I mean...
Good starter packs.
Starter packs, yeah. 100%. Any books that we'd recommend, that sort of thing. Yeah. We'll do that then.
I like to debunk Moldavite also.
100%. Because, I mean, that's been hyped up too much and now, like, the market for it has gone crazy and it just costs too much because of the hype. I'm just going to say that now. We'll probably come on to it next week anyways. Yeah. Shall we leave it there?
Absolutely.
Shall we leave it there? Well, thank you for the people that joined us. Thank you for the people that have watched us. If you have missed it for whatever reason, because I know that there's 2 new viewers. If you missed it for whatever reason, this will be up on YouTube. Please follow us. It'll be up tomorrow. Fingers crossed. If I remember. And yeah, please do join our Discord if you have any questions, anything like that. If you want to know anything, let us know. Merry meet, merry
to the new viewers, back to the new viewers. We love you guys. Thanks for coming back again. And we will see you again this time, 8 o'clock next Tuesday, and hope that I will be on time.
I am going to message you an hour before. I'll be like, excuse me.
Lindsay will be on time.
I will be on time.
She will.
I will be on time, and there will be a countdown.
She will. I won't.
Yeah, 100%.
You're always on time. I am not. Anyway, all right. Goodbye, guys.
Bye.
Off for another week. Please join the Discord, ask us questions, and with that, I bid you adieu.
Bid you adieu. Bye, friends and familiars. Bye.
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 Bye.